This is the view of the St. Pete Beach duplex. It's really just a home, a very sweet home, and it has a cottage in the back. So I wanted to just show you. You do have a shared drive, if you will. It's quite obvious that that's their side, and it looks like it's a nicely taken care of property. Now, if we go straight down here, that is the waterway, the Intracoastal, but you cannot really access it there. It just dead ends. You would literally have to go down the street, down 78th Avenue here, and then make a right on Coquina Way and head to the beach that way. No more than 3-minute drive. And you could walk as well. So I just wanted to show you the really nice foliage. When you come in, we're going to enter through the rear, but the pavered work looks very attractive, and it does have, you know, this nice, looks like it might have been a koi pond or some type of a pond, but it's very attractive and it certainly looks turnkey. Now I want you to pay attention to some of the details of the home rather than the staging, although the staging is very important once we get inside, because that is what a home rents and why it rents for so much when you do vacation rental. People don't want outdated, they want updated. They'll rent, but they'll be willing to pay less. So here's the suite back area that would be shared by both the person, you know, staying in this house, whether it was you or rented, and also the back cottage. You can tell it's just very lushly landscaped and grown in. It is not a brick building, it is asbestos siding. Asbestos siding is a great insulator, but you can research that if that's something that you like or don't like. The windows, as you can tell, are newer. Looks like our soffits are in good condition. Again, I'm not an inspector, but I'm not seeing anything obviously that would turn us off onto wanting to make an offer. Very nice deck space. You see the chimenea here, so it allows for community gathering. I do notice that the air conditioning looks outdated. That looks like quite an antique unit, if I might say so myself, but it is running and it is very cool in there. And see how they put the nice little stepping stones naturally around to the front. And to me, this looks like a very sweet escape to stay. Now remember, St. Pete Beach is rented monthly, so you couldn't get somebody in here, you know, every weekend for the month of October. You would, if somebody rented it for the weekend, that would be all you could rent it for. And how badly they're cracking down on that, well, I don't know. But I will always share with you the rules. Now when we enter through the back, you can see there's really nice ceramic tile all throughout. And the presentation in the kitchen is very attractive. It's nice cabinetry. They've even crown molded it. Not sure if that's a verb. The appliances look in older but good condition. They've done some attention to details here with the knobs. There's not granite, it is Formica, but it is in good condition. And it's very pleasing to look at. Now when we go to the main room, again, this is all staged, so it does not come with the property, but I think it's important for you to see how nicely it's staged, because this is what somebody would walk into if they rented a hotel room, right? You know, they would have it staged with a bed and a table or a desk. So imagine when you're coming in, you see this, these warm earth tones, you know, very nicely done, you know, aesthetic to all the senses. It smells very, very fresh in here, like a sea breeze. I'm sure they have an air freshener. But these are the things that would really make a rental property, you know, first, a good videographer, not me, but make a rental property come out in somebody's mind to pick up the phone to call and rent it. Are, you know, the decorations, the cleanliness, you know, the nice baseboards, you know, ample size, of course, proximity to where they want to be, whether it's beach or waterway. I want you to look at how nicely, I mean, this is just an incredibly nice bathroom. It's got dual sinks, not next to each other, nicely situated toilet, nicely done shower with the dual head. I mean, this is just, to me, if you were going to go on vacation, this is where you would want to stay. This would be the type of clientele you would want and the type of details that are done with the glass block, the lighting. And then from the restroom, you can see outside, you're looking at the patio, it brings in really nice light. The tile work is done very well. There's carpet in this first bedroom, and again, look how she's staged it to be consistent with the theme that they're trying to attract clients as a vacation rental. You can see the crown molding. The ceiling is unique. You know, we would need an inspector to look at that. I don't know about these kind of tiles on ceiling. But the crown molding, the molding around the closet doors and the windows are definitely newer. And you literally have, you know, old bedside tables, but kind of done in a shabby chic manner with a nice lamp and just some perfect accent pieces that make this a really nice escape. And here we are, you know, on a morning where it is quiet. Now, if you go to the second bedroom, it is tile. It's a different type of tile. Nonetheless, it looks like it's done nicely. And some traditional closet space. And it has that same kind of almost acousticy tile for the ceiling. And here's the staging that they've done. Again, this is a separate bedroom, but it has its own private entryway. And remember how I showed you the front of the building? You could come in through the front. You could also just sit out here and enjoy. To me, this speaks loudly of vacation rental. You know, you're sitting here, you're having your cup of chai or tea or whatever your preference is for a beverage. And then it's very quiet. It's a very residential neighborhood, which is why these zoning restrictions are in place for rentals. They don't want people coming in and out, disturbing the regular residential feel of the neighborhood. Of course, you could rent it yearly, but that's not really what the purpose or the highest and best use of this property is. I am seeing a lot of peeling paint here. I'm seeing that somebody didn't scrape it. They just painted right over it. And I understand why they do that, but that would need to be addressed. And you either negotiate a lower price and fix it in your mind that you're going to hire a professional to do that right, or you can live with it and take care of it when you're here by hiring somebody. But these properties all come as is. And again, we're looking at this bedroom. Looks like we're missing a couple bulbs there, but you can kind of get the open, nice feel, tasteful decorating. And it feels solid. It certainly smells nice, but not like it's been covered up, like it's been remodeled and it's clean. Here's that bathroom that's been updated quite nicely. And then we're going to come around to the hallway. Here's our escape to the roof to see what the wood looks like up there. Again, that's for an inspector. Here's your electrical panel. It does look like it's updated, so we shouldn't have issues there, but an inspector would verify that. And then here's coming into the main area. Now, it does look like there's just a lovely amount of space for somebody, not too big and not too small. The ceilings are angled. They're not pitched, but they are on an angle that makes it feel more spacious in here, which is always a nice feel. And again, paying particular attention to the way it's been staged for people to use. You see the built-in lighting to accent what they wanted to accent. We'll come back through to the kitchen. It does have a dishwasher. Again, nice cabinetry. Nice blinds throughout. Nice lighting. Fans in all the rooms. A nice oven. Again, I don't think I've seen a refrigerator that old for a while, but boy, it's like a classic. And then I do like how this is all open here. This door choice was excellent because you could actually see out to the patio, and it brings nice light into the kitchen. We're going to venture now out to the patio. So you've got a wood patio that'll last a while longer, but eventually That wood needs to be treated every year with the salt air and humidity here in Florida. But it's very sweet. Here's your neighbors. They seem okay, but I've never met anybody. It just looks cleanliness-wise. There's some, again, really lush vegetation. I think it's extremely attractive, but might at one point want to clean that up and put stepping stones back there. So there's the back of the house. We looked at the AC. The roof looks newer. There's air vents, or I should say ridge vents, those roof vents that allow the roof to breathe and give it more usable life. Those are now mandatory. We're going to walk into the back cottage. You will see a window unit. I'm now paying particular attention to window units and whether they're sticking out far enough to not allow leaking into the wall after that experience on the last property. Some of the attention to detail are the type of foliage that's been planted here and the succulents and ferns that thrive naturally. You can see that that's a fruit tree. These are nice details that people really like to see on vacation when we come from the Midwest or the North or overseas, and we're used to seeing cold and frigid temperatures. These are nice, you know, to have palm trees in your yard and fruit trees that don't grow in other parts of this country and are very attractive. You can tell I have a little fondness already for this property. Here's the back unit. It smells a bit musty. I see some taping on the windows. I'm not quite sure what that is. Might need to be cleaned up better with some adhesive remover. I don't know what that was, and I will ask. But this is a cottage, so it's not quite a bedroom. So this is really your bedroom. It's like an efficiency, or I don't know what we call it, but is it done nicely? You bet. I would rather stay here than a one-bedroom hotel or hotel suite. You've got your own space. This is actually real brick. Again, I'll take a peek at that paneling. You've got all recessed lighting. Or I won't because I can't open it. Okay, so you've got a blend here of carpet and tile. You've got one window unit, one wall unit, which these are fine. And on a building this small, these are fine to keep the place cool. You certainly don't have granite, but it's nice and clean and almost utilitarian looking, but your eye kind of goes towards the decorations as long as everything is functional and in good condition. You've got your washer and dryer in unit, which is very nice. And again, not nearly the update of the last bathroom, but this is more the cottage house in the back, which can be fully rented and is functional and clean, you know, with an inspector's report.